So last Sunday we were cut short of time and we couldn't conclude our interview. And we said we are not going to actually keep it that way. We're not going to let it stay halfway. We are going to conclude it today. And that is why today we're still actually having the same guest on set just to conclude with our interview. And I hope you're actually learning so much like I am.
We use some of these items as guest gifts. Sometimes
Mm.
we have guests that we want to please. So it's a whole cycle. And the money we collect from the selling of this, we utilize to help this same community if they need to do buy new equipment, tools, to get more training, to buy any item. So we created a whole program that
Whole ecosystem.
it's auto financing. This is one of the success stories that I can share with you.
I love the CSR behind it, the sustainability angle. It's just not making sure that we are eco-friendly, but there's also a CSR angle to it whereby you're giving back to the public. We appreciate that too, that you're able to see far beyond just you as a hotel gaining, but also seeing how you can grow the public around you.
I have another story. You know, hotels produce a lot of wastage in terms of food.
Mm,
There is always food that remains, and food we cannot recycle.
recycle.
All this food, we have partnered with the research institute that use this waste food in the process of creating how you call fertilizers.
Yes.
And so this is a partnership from last year that is doing very well.
Nice.
So in somehow we feel that okay, we are not disposing so
Wasting,
much
yes.
food, and it's going to be utilized for something. We are very active in programs related to replanting, planting trees. We partnership with different entities or people that we know that are very much into the conservation of the nature. And I would say very regularly, maybe every quarterly, we have an activity where we go somewhere to plant trees. It may be here in the vicinity, or it
Yeah.
can be also in another area. So this has been also very important. And one activity also that is related with the nature that we did for the first time in January this year was a nature walk here in the garden. So we have partnered with the Avian Society. It's a society that gathers people that love birds. So they do birds observation. And
So you have a bit of bird watching here.
yes, you know, sometimes you walk around the garden and you don't pay attention to that. But as we were observing, we could see so many different species of birds in the middle of the city. And talking about that, we have also an initiative. One is for our chefs. It's what we call the chef garden. So there is an area in the garden here that you can see. The chef plants a certain number of herbs, salads, even some tomatoes, things that are utilized in the kitchen here. So it's really fresh. It's natural. There is no chemicals, nothing. And we have the same for our cafeteria chef, which is the kitchen for our staff. So we've been planting beans. We've been planting again tomatoes, eggplants. I mean, there is a series. Our director of human resources, she's very proud of that.
Wow.
So
would love one day to actually experience this, get to
yeah,
see this.
it will be great.
Very interesting. How have you managed to do all that, yet keeping them alive, keeping them healthy, keeping them functional? And I think in Kampala, you are the only hotel that has this vast area of just gardening. How have you handled that?
First, I just wanted to comment that community is one of our very important values. We really consider us as a community. We have this family spirit, and it's not only restricted to people working at Sheraton. We try to extend this feeling to our guests,
We have
to
felt
our
it.
suppliers.
We have felt it. And I said that because the Homes and Property Expo has been hosted at the Sheraton Gardens for the last 5 years. The Sheraton Gardens have been home to the Homes and Property Expo. And we have felt that every time we have been here, we have felt like we are home. And it's been that for the last 5 years.
We try also to put a lot of front the Ugandan products. Like there is one of the experiences with all fruits that people are not so much familiar with. and we do juices out of that. Going back to the question about the gardens, yeah, the gardens has this kind of fascination, I would say. Most of the big events we have are very important events. I can mention like Miss Uganda that happens, the
Yes.
finale happens every year, the Home
Right
Expo,
here.
of
Yes.
course. We used to have the vintage cars that unfortunately has stopped for a while. We hope that they will come back. So many concerts has happened with prominent artists
Artists, yes.
from Uganda, from Africa, or international artists.
Yes.
We have many events also in corporate events, big corporations that or associations. There is one event that is very famous in Uganda, is what we call the St. Patrick's Irish Ball that happens every year, and it attracts a lot of people. And we have also events that are more into tourism, like we have exhibitions also. We have worked together along with Poate. Poate is the Pearl of Africa tourism event that is happening very soon in the month of May. So we have had one year that part of Poate was exhibition, different stands here exhibiting arts, music. So the garden is really a perfect place for that. That's also one of the reasons that the Tourist Information Bureau is in the gardens. It's managed by Uganda Wildlife Authority.
Yes.
And it's the place or one of the places where any tourist can come, obtain their
Information about Uganda's
information.
tourism.
We have a concession of these gardens from KCCA. We treat the garden as well as a hotel room or any other area that you might see in the hotel.
And it seems like every single year they just become more beautiful. As they age with more beauty. It's magnificent. Mr. Philip,
but it continue attracting a lot of brides, brides and grooms. So we have, especially in the seasons where there is a lot of weddings towards the weekend, we have always the photography sessions ongoing in the gardens. Think that people keep that really as a very good memory,
It is.
and a very special moment.
It is one that is very special and very memorable. Surely it is. There is one here that I love. There's an arch here. I think it's a walkway through, but it seems like an arch. I've already said if I'm to ever renew my 10-year anniversary, that is where I'm going to have it. I just love the way it was done. It just feels like it was meant for that. I love it. Mr. Pilippe, it's a pleasure that we've had to have this conversation with you. I've got to learn so much about the Sheraton that I didn't know. It's very exciting to get to know all these things about the hotel. It feels like I delved more into it and just not seeing its outer shell. It feels like I've got to understand, and I'm glad. I am honored, and I'm sure you who's out there watching, you have experienced the same. You have learned the same I have learned, and I'm sure you're honored to know just more about what the Sheraton is. It was a pleasure having you. But before we wind up, is there anything else you'd like to share with
thank you. Sheraton is partnering with the Home Expo, and what we've seen also the event in a crescendo.
Yeah.
Last year was better than the year before. You have been adding a lot of value, I would say, for the people who come to the event.
Thank you.
We are also expecting a lot of novelties this year.
Yes.
And we are here to support you. Whatever we can do to support you, we will be there.
We are so grateful. And I'll still recall that for the last 5 years, Sheraton has made sure that it has given us a home. It has given us a place to call home for the Homes Expo, and we are honored. There's no place that could have hosted the Homes Expo and given it the grand feeling that the Sheraton gives the Homes Expo. You're able to do this in partnership with us. You know, it's not like we're a walking client. It's not like we're coming in to purchase a product or a service or a venue, but you do it from the bottom of your heart and partner with us, and we appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks to you to watching this program and to listen to me. I hope that I could bring a little bit more about what Sheraton is about, Sheraton Kampala, and what we are doing here. Thank you.